All right, friends. Hopefully you can hear me. Ooh, that lighting is harsh with the window there. I'm bringing Liz Bean on the call with us. Guest request. Allow them to regress your viewers. All right, Liz, how do I add you here, girl? Sure. Liz, sorry guys, just trying to find her. Sent already. Okay, I can't do anything there. Tag friends. Liz. Tag friend. Okay. Ah, nothing like that disappearing. Okay. Wait, shoot, my screen keeps swiping away. Okay, Liz, are you there? I think she's there. Bring them on camera. Add. Kat is on. Awesome. We're going to be chatting about how to use Mimi to increase your sales and not necessarily be dependent on trunk shows. We all know trunk shows are a great way to bring in added income and a great way to meet new people. But I bet you're on the go and people are complimenting you on your jewelry all the time. Let's see. So it's having a hard time adding Liz. Why would that be? The guest declined the live video invitation. Oh, Liz Bean wants to be added to your video. Approve. Let's see if we get there. I wonder if it wants me to switch sides. Yay, we did it!
Sorry, I couldn't. Okay, it kept asking me to turn my camera, and I had it on lock screen, so it wasn't letting me putting it horizontal.
Sorry.
We figured it out.
Should have given you the heads up on that. Well, so I'm glad you are here. You had shared just some really great information about a conversation you had with a part-time stylist the other day. And I said, you know what? I think more women need to hear this because we all know that the in-home trunk show is the heart of our business and you all love going and doing them, but you don't do them all the time. I would say 90% of our stylists don't do in-home shows every month, right? So you do,
Right.
I do, but other women want more flexibility than that. And that is one of the things Stella and Dot has been so passionate about in developing programs and bringing Mimi along to make this whole having an app and having features that help you do more in less time, right? We want you to be really, really efficient. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you can incorporate Mimi in so that you can earn that coveted discount when you're sampling, earn some extra cash. So you're really getting your Stella and Dot for free, right? Feed your habit. But first, to tell you a little bit about Liz Bean, she lives in the Richmond area. How long have you been a stylist?
3 years in August. I celebrated my Stellarversary.
All right, so coming up on 3.5 years. And she is a leader on the Southern Charms team. She is a teacher by trade, but she left teaching. This is her first season not at school since she forever. You've gone to school your whole life and then taught school.
Ever, yeah.
So her focus is on building her Stella and Dot business because she was doing both, but she also saw the opportunity where she could replace her income and more, especially if she had more time freedom. So she's doing an amazing job as she's growing her team. And like any team, you have stylists who want to go right for leadership and you have stylists who just want the discount and you have them all in between. And we certainly make it accessible. So for them to style Stella and Dot into their life as they see fit. And tell me, you went to lunch was it lunch or coffee with one of the stylists on your team who was fairly inactive the other day? Is that right? Lunch?
Yeah, we actually caught up. It was like a mixture of coffee / brunch. So
okay.
It was just a little get together.
Tell us about her and how your conversation went.
So she is a good friend of mine. We've been close since before Stella and Dot. She signed up as a stylist after having one trunk show a couple of years back and loved all the pieces. Loved how easy it was to wear and share. Her entire family loves it, wears it. Her mom is her best shopper, actually signed on as a stylist because of everything. So she has been a Stella and Dot lover since the get-go. And because she signed up a couple years back and transitioned recently to a new job, she moved to DC. So she's actually near you guys, Sam. She's up in McLean.
Ah.
So she was working her business very flexibly alongside her new full-time job. And to her, she thought the only way to share it or to get orders was through an in-home trunk show. And that was how she was loving her business. That's the part that she enjoyed the most. But because of her new schedule, she was having a hard time consistently booking those, and enough so for her personal goals. So one thing she and I talked about, and she kept saying at lunch, I really want to have a trunk show. It's holiday. This new stuff is so gorgeous. I just don't know, I just don't know where to get started. And she said, everyone at work calls me the Stella and Dot girl because I'm constantly covered in Stella and Dot, and they always mention how much they love everything. She's like, I really need to just get everyone over so that they can shop. I was like, well, hang on, girl. Like, don't you know that they can shop without being at a trunk show? She's like, what do you mean? So that kind of sparked my interest, the fact that she was unaware that we had this outside order capability opportunity at our fingertips. So we talked about Mimi, and I showed her the app and how easy it was to send someone a quick message or even a cart. And I said, if someone says at work, oh, hey, I love your bag, and she says it's Stella and Dot, and they're like, oh, that's great, I want one. She can say, you know what, let me just send you a link real quick for a shopping cart, and you can check out when you're ready. Or she has a lot of guys at work who want to shop for their wives around Christmas time. And it's a perfect way to do that, where you can send an image, attach a cart, text it off. And then I said, make sure you want to follow up with them in a day or two, just to make sure that that message didn't get lost in cyberspace, like we know so many do, because we're busy and we see a text and all of a sudden it's, 10 hours later and you're like, wait, I need to respond to someone. I don't remember who. So we sat down and looked through the Mimi app and how easy it was. And I sent her an example one and she sent me one back. And she was just mind blown at literally, it took 5 seconds to add a pair of leggings to the cart and send the link off to someone she knew.
That's awesome.
So,
When you really think about it, it's kind of the modern business card, because before, when you were at work or standing in Starbucks and someone complimented you on your main necklace, and forgive me, I have like almost nothing on, right? Oh, still in my pajamas.
oh my God.
But when someone complimented you, like, you kicked yourself if all you said was thank you versus, hey, I'm a
Right.
stylist. It's a bestseller. Would you like more information? Should I get you a catalog out of my purse? Right? Like, you had to have that whole conversation. Now it might sound more like, thank you so much. This has been a bestseller. Do you want a link to access it? And then you literally can go right to Mimi, either search May or take a picture of yourself, whatever you're more comfortable with, your selfie or a Stella and Dot photo. And you say, let me text this to you with a link. And all right, what's your number? Okay, now you have it. All right, let me save your name. You have mine. I'll make sure you have my contact information. Now you have this text, or most likely text started. You could have sent it to their email or Facebook Messenger, but just depends on where you know them from, right? And then you leave and you message them like, it was so fun getting to run into you. Your smile makes me happy. You're going to look amazing in that necklace, kind of just as a little reminder type thing. And then the next day you might follow it up with them with, here's a link to the entire catalog, right? So like, you could keep that conversation going just like you would with anyone else, but you need to enable them access. People don't know how to get what you're wearing, right? If they complimented you on your shoes and you're like, oh, I got them at Nordstrom, they'd walk away with a mental note of, I might stop by Nordstrom. If you say, oh, thank you, it's Stella and Dot, they're like, oh, I got to figure out how to get the Stella and Dot stuff. Or somebody else brings it up to them later and they're like, oh yeah, I'll go to Stella and Dot show. That was cute. But now you can literally put the link in their hands. You could just complete the order for them while you're there too. But she is clearly at work and in front of a lot of people. So I love that she can fire off a link to them. But what are some other ideas? Let's maybe brainstorm how you can use Mimi to share what you're wearing, even if you're not at a show. What are you saying is working?
So even if you didn't speak to the person one-on-one and they said, oh, I love the A, B, or C, you could, send someone a thought, right? So, oh, this new item just came out in our new collection, and I could not stop but thinking how cute you would look in this, or how good that would go with that, whatever that you already have in your collection. So you can send them an image and attach those items right away, so that when you're thinking of them, that can be like a quick reach out.
So
it doesn't have to be a thought out process.
If you did a selfie of yourself right now, let's say you were in a hurry and someone at the barista or whoever said, "Oh my gosh, you look so cute today," and all you had the opportunity to do was say thank you. You could walk outside, take a picture of yourself, and then you can link it to your hammered wire hoop earrings. You're always
cardigan, and then I have the engravable on necklace to finish the look.
Right. So you could literally say, "Girl, this is everything I had on, and this is your easy button to access."
Yes, I love those words to say, Sam.
Right. This is your easy button to access. Easy. Shop here. Right. This is a link. And when they go to that link, it's going to pull up the earrings and everything you put in that cart. So if you pull a Stella and Dot image, it's going to pull those items automatically. But you can now personalize the items that are in the cart based on your own photo or a picture of the display. I was also thinking, like, as we're brainstorming, what if you went and posted a photo each day of the items you're wearing, whether you lay it out on a flat lay or you take a selfie of it and you go literally right from Mimi. You can post that photo and link every item. So you want to know what Sam wore today? Here's a link to everything. Women want a simple, easy button. And when you put the clothing and put it all together, they're like, I can see myself wearing that. They're doing that anyway. They're over on Pinterest or Instagram looking at outfits and style for inspiration. So you can be that inspiration board. Your Facebook wall or your VIP group can be that inspiration board. Like, this is how I wear it. Like, Ashley Ayers is so great about going on to her VIP page showing, this is what I'm wearing today, girls. And it might not be always glam. It might be the same thing she wore yesterday, and she's having that real conversation with them. But Mimi now has videos, right? Yeah. So if somebody wants to see how to style one of the necklaces, like, what do you mean there's 5 ways? I could literally be at a show and send them a link to a video on how to style that necklace. Right. So
that's so cool.
I might say, what's your number? Let me forward it over to you so you have all the details. And then I'm later be like, oh my gosh, I love meeting you. Message me when you get that in the mail. I want to make sure it's perfect. Like, you're building a relationship from that initial message. Yeah. What else can you do with Mimi?
Well, I think it's funny you said the people want the full look. Like, women want it to be really easy to access the whole thing, right? They don't want to have to think about how to put the pieces together and how to be creative. And if they are, they need to be a stylist, right? So, and they can be a stylist regardless. You can actually share the starter kit in Mimi as well. So if you think someone would be a great stylist, or you just think there's something about them that they would enjoy this opportunity, you can throw the picture of the 1,000 for $199, add to cart the style starter kit, and send it off to them and say, hey girl, like, you should check this out. I think you'd be fabulous at what I do because A, B, or C, you're such a fashionista, or you have a huge network of friends that love to shop with me already. Why am I going to make money this Christmas off of your friends? Why not get that to you?
Girl, you should do this with me. You'd be great.
Right.
And here's the thing. They shop anyway. They've got to get dressed anyway. Why not get paid for it, right?
Exactly.
So you're right. There's booking posts. There's sponsoring posts. There's actually even an entire hostess coaching. So if you've booked a show, you can go step by step in Mimi through hostess coaching and check off each of the steps. You can grab the words, you can grab a photo and send it. These are things that once you've navigated it and you know what's there, they take 10 seconds to do. It's such a good use of your time using that hostess coach and using the invites that are there. And you'll see, once you've made that invite, you can text it to her, you can Facebook Messenger, you can mail it to her. The key thing she needs to get out is the date and time, location, and a link to access. Because when they click through that link, they can RSVP. You then capture their information. You can actually, if you go into your computer, you'll see even more details where they could have left a comment. You can message more with them. But the Mimi hostess coaching tools are insane. And did you see they just added the other day where your goals are pulling forward and it's tracking everything for you? So
I love that. And it gives you a little percentage wheel of how far you've come. So you can get an idea of how far in the month you are versus how much you need to work on still.
Yeah, it's a great visual. And I do think, like, Mimi, honestly, guys, is a new app for us that there's always going to be new enhancements. I would expect weekly to find new enhancements there, but it really is your mobile version of running your business. And it really is where you should be communicating from. So when I go even to an in-home show, I leave there and I send them a really pretty hello gorgeous picture that's already loaded on in Mimi. You can do your own or you can use what's there. And I send it to them like, hello gorgeous, I loved meeting you at Liz's show. I hope you'll keep my contact information. I'm delighted to be your stylist of choice, right? Would it be okay if I check
So
back
good.
in with you to make sure everything you got is perfect? And they respond back with, of course, it's so nice. It was so nice to meet you, right? And then I respond back with, hey, by the way, when's your birthday? And I send another cute image, right? Because we want to spoil you even more that month. And then she'll respond back. I'm like, okay, I've updated that in your profile. You're going to get a shipping link and I'll check back in with you to make sure everything's perfect. And every time I send a message, I send a little enticing photo of, and by the way, did you see we just launched leggings, right? Or
Yeah.
and I might even say, remind me to tell you about Style Club before your next order. Like I don't necessarily dump the
Love that.
information, but I get the conversation going because let's face it, text is an easy way to do that. Now, I will tell you the other day, I was like, okay, I'm not getting very far with this woman. Like she keeps shopping, but she hasn't hosted or had a show. So I sent her a Mimi image saying, you know what? It was a cute image of the product. I know I could chat with you here, but more importantly, I'd love to hear your voice in person. Be ready for a phone call from me in a minute. And she answered and she was like, that was so nice of you to call me. Right? But I love it.
Yes.
I prepped her that I was going to call her because I knew that it might come across caller ID and she might be like, what's this about? But like I told her I was going to call. And she was like, this is the nicest thing ever. And she is more and more engaged, or I send thank you notes, or here's how to access my VIP insider group page, or hey, by the way, did you know you can shop this line even without me? Here's the link, right? Whenever you think about
And that
shopping, I want you
personal
to think of me.
touch,
Yeah.
that personal touch goes so far. You know, people are craving that connection, that interaction, which we lose on social media.
Uh-huh.
So for you to pick up the phone and say, you know, she said, wow, she really thought of me. She took the time to make a phone call to me instead of just shooting me a quick text. That goes a lot farther than just sending a little image.
Yeah.
But of course, that's always good too. You know, it's good to do some kind of touch, but that is going to be making someone's day. Whether they shop, host, style, sign up, whatever, you just made their day, you know, a little brighter.
Yeah. Well, I think the magic was I told her I was going to call her. Like, you know what? I could text you.
Right.
I know I could, but I'd rather hear your sweet voice.
Yeah.
But I just love the potential for you to be able to post it to social media or to post it to people. Like you can ask people, like, what are you shopping for? Like, what would help you finish out your accessory wardrobe? And like, I need some hoops. I'm like, want me to keep you informed as we have cute hoops that are available? Or maybe they've shopped for the Rebel before. Hey girl, did you know we have new colors in the Rebel? Or maybe they have the Ren and they need the new colors. Like, you can always ask permission. Is it okay to follow up with you if I think there's something you'll like? And I just feel like I can go right back into my contacts and just fire off Mimi images. And here's a link to this. I think you're going to love this. I'm being their personal stylist. And I know women love that someone at Nordstrom will call in and invite them in a day before the sale and help them pick out everything they want, right? They love the personalized service and being in the know. Right. And I do think I'm also very cautious to say, is this helpful for you? I work with a lot of women who worry that it might be too much and I'd want you to tell me. And they're like, oh my gosh, I would die without you doing this for me. Like, this is so valuable to me. So it's okay to ask too. But, and I think even from a communicating standpoint, do you text? Would that be the best way to reach you? But Mimi makes it so easy to share content and information that I don't think you need to think about having a show to be sharing product. I think it should be just natural, everyday, like, what Sam wore on your social media, over to your Instagram, wherever it might be, or to them directly, right? So I messaged a friend today who's Style Club. She has $13 in credits. And I sent her a text, a message of it. And then I said, now, girl, you don't have to use these credits, but that would be throwing money away. And I've got time for you. Pop by if you want, and I'll help you personalize your order, or we can message here, right? So you want to always come from a place of being a service. I wasn't like, please order from me. I was like, you don't have to if you don't want to, right? So I would challenge each of you to pull up Mimi and play around, navigate around on it, and find the parts of it that you really like and figure out how you can adapt it into your conversations. You can text me with like, okay, what do you think? You can play around and add little stickers and font to it. You don't have to. Don't overcomplicate it. It should literally be something that takes you seconds to do. And then give yourself a challenge of, could I send 5 Mimis out a day? Right? And just start going through your contacts. And it might be like, I don't think I've ever told you about Stella Dot. Or here's a little peek. Do you want some more? Or I have no clue who you are. Why are you in my contacts? Is it because of this cute little company, Stella and Dot? Whatever it might be, but like take time to get that information out and be there in front of people. It makes you open for business. And Mimi is a super easy way to stay open for business, don't you think?
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you are just offering a fantastic product to them. And like you said, in a way they might not have been able to get before.
Yeah.
So you're just offering someone a gift, and it's up to them if they want to accept it, but it's going to be an automatic no if you don't offer it.
Yeah.
So what's the worst that could happen? They don't respond, or they send maybe a negative response back, and you
Right.
say, I'm so sorry, moving on.
Oh, I've had those negative responses before where they're like, please
Oh, yeah.
take me off your correspondence or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
XYZ just happened to me. And I just said, absolutely, of course, I'll try not to interrupt you in the future. But meanwhile, if I can help fill your cup of happiness and joy today, here's you can text a Starbucks gift card now, a $5 gift card. Like, especially if someone's mean to me, I love sending them a cup of joy. So, I mean, don't ever feel bad. I mean, you're out there building your business and sharing with them. And it would be like undercover, like not even in business if you're not sharing it. And it's honestly
Right.
just irresponsible not be getting out there and doing it. Because what will happen is you'll talk to a friend who's like, wearing Stella and Dot, and you'd be like, where did you get that? I'm like, oh my gosh, my friend Liz texted me an easy link to all this cute product. And you'd be like, I could have done that. Why didn't I do that? Liz got to her first, right? So
Right.
I always think of it as a race to build the client base. And I also want them to feel really loyal to me. Like they're like, I only want to shop with Sam. It's nice to meet you, Liz, but I only want to shop with Sam. Right? So I have to.
And I love meeting those customers too. I'm like, oh yes, I love Sam. Like, go shop with Sam. Let her know, what you love from today. Because that goes both ways. When someone's a good, loyal customer, you're going to have that customer for life. And, it's exciting to have that person you can send those cards to or those links to, or even just say, check in and how are the kids doing?
Right.
They know that you're actually there for them.
And of course, if they say to me, Liz is my go-to girl, I'll be like, oh my God, Liz is the best, even if I don't know her, right? You always reinforce that, of course. But it's funny.
And that shows to our business model and how wonderful we are as a community of women. And I think that actually helps for a future stylish opportunity.
Absolutely. I honestly feel like it's even a good example that I'm making in front of my daughter. It's funny.
Absolutely, yeah.
My friend Sherry is on here, and she's now a stylist, but she was that consistent shopper. Whatever she saw me post online or whatever, I would send to her via Messenger or Facebook chat, or like, girl, you should become a stylist. And she was always like, yeah, type response. And never necessarily really committed to doing it. But I kept that communication going, and she shopped and she shopped. And I got to the point where I'm like, Sherry, do you want me to tell you how much you have spent with Stella and Dot? Like, I get it. Everybody knows you were the jewelry girl, but like, you probably really should be doing this. And we had that conversation many, many times, but it did take me saying, I'm going to give you a ring. And I called her and I'm like, girl, you can sign on. We're going to get your money back. We're going to make this a good investment for you. And here she is booking her next show and using Mimi and trying to navigate that and figure out these steps, but she's doing amazing. But I never gave up on her, and I would never want anyone to feel like, oh, she must not care. Right. So you just stay there, stay in front of them, be their go-to person. And Mimi makes that so darn easy. So don't ever complicate it. Get out there, be in front of them. Any other big tips?
No, I mean, there's a lot of good nuggets in there. People that are watching, if that's overwhelming, just find one thing that you just latched onto and start there and just go, because the best action is action.
Yeah.
So what is the Jessica Herring quote? You don't have to be perfect to start, but you need to start for fact. So just go out there and send a text. Who cares if it's, perfect or laid out nicely, or if there's a sticker on it, whatever. They don't know any different, the people that are receiving it. It's the fact that you made the reach out and you made the effort to connect with them.
Yeah. So when you send that message, it will automatically load with like a hi, beautiful message, and here's a link. You can delete part of it, and you just want to keep the link there, right? The link is important, and you can customize that message. It starts you with something. But I want to challenge each of you to message at least one person with Mimi. It could be me, it could be Liz, but message one person with Mimi and start to get comfortable with it, and post below If you're watching this on replay, or post below, like, I sent one, I've sent 10, like, celebrate yourself for a second, pat yourself on the
Yeah.
back if you have used Mimi today and you were inspired by our conversation here. And Liz, thank you so much for your time. I will do my best to save this message, upload it so you can share it over to your team page, and maybe we can share it to the Southern Charms page. Just
That'd be
remind me.
awesome. I'd love that.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate you. And
Oh
guys,
my goodness, thank you for having me.
of course, don't forget to post below when you have shared a Mimi and tell us all about your Mimi love.
Yes, so excited. I can't wait to celebrate you. Bye, guys.